Okay, in this video we're going to be looking at the impact that technology has had on business behavior and the strengths and weaknesses for technology in terms of the impact it's had on businesses. So businesses are always looking to incorporate the latest technology because by doing so they can often cut down on their production costs, which can help them to reduce their prices without sacrificing profit margins. So they'll be able to increase their sales, lower costs of production will mean greater levels of revenue and higher profits. The lower prices will make them stay internationally competitive and boost their volumes in sales, which will help to boost their market share and their profitability, particularly when they're competing with foreign products. So technology helps to reduce costs of production and make firms more competitive. So businesses are generally likely to use whatever mix of capital and labour. So when they're talking about this question of how to produce, they're going to use whatever's cheaper out of capital and labour and whatever is most cost effective. So if the price of technology falls relative to labour, businesses are going to become more capital intensive. If it's more cost effective to use labour, then they'll be more labour intensive. So for example, the banking sector has used telephone and internet banking, and ATMs to help to reduce the pressure on bank tellers or to reduce the amount of bank tellers they need to employ because it's more cost effective and more profitable. Supermarkets are introducing self-service checkouts because it reduces the number of checkout operators they need, which again helps to reduce their cost of production. So firms will use whatever mix of land, labour and capital which is more cost effective and cheaper. So technology helps businesses meet their needs of their customers. So for example, online and internet shopping has allowed businesses to provide these services to consumers online. Omni-channel distribution strategies is basically when businesses sell products from a traditional store and through the internet to grow their market share. So omni-channel distribution strategies is about having different distribution strategies, having a physical sort of bricks and mortar shop or a traditional store as well as selling through the internet. And that has helped to increase their overall market share and helped to increase their profitability. So Australia's online retail spending increased by 16.6 billion over the 12 months to January 2015. So it increased by 9% just in 1 year from 2014 to 2015. Retail spending within physical stores is also increasing by 4.7%. So it's not having a big impact on the actual selling within retail spending. That's still quite strong, but it is slowly moving towards more online retail spending. So technology, while it has some positives for reducing firms' cost of production, it's also led to the demise of some businesses. So internet streaming, for example, so Netflix and Stan, which I'm sure you're all aware of, have made things like video and DVD stores pretty much redundant. Nobody's going to get their DVDs at video stores anymore, so a lot of Video Easies and Blockbusters and things like that that were more prevalent when perhaps you were in primary school are no longer in existence. Music in digital form from iTunes and Google Play has reduced demand for things like CDs and DVDs. So companies like Sanity and JB Hi-Fi have experienced a big decrease in their sales because of things like Spotify and iTunes and Google Play, which is all reducing their share of the market. Businesses like JB Hi-Fi have also had to make structural changes. So they've got a bigger percentage of their floor space or a bigger percentage of their shop is now dedicated towards TVs and tablets and smartphones as opposed to CDs and DVDs and things like that. So technological change has led to big structural changes within businesses and has also led to the demise of certain businesses as well. Other things that businesses will use technology for is for marketing. So you may have heard of the term cookies before, and cookies are where websites basically gather information about consumers. So they gather information on your browsing habits to see what you're interested in, and you'll have seen this if you use Facebook or things like that, where they will advertise and promote certain products to target audiences. So they collect data on what you're likely to look at. So, you might be interested in sport, for example, so you'll have a lot of things coming up for sporting brands and selling off sporting type clothing and things like that. They basically see your habits using these cookies, and then they allow that to target ads towards certain people. So this is known as target advertising, where they find out information about the customer and then they target based on that. That's different to mass advertising, where they just advertise the product on TV or radio to everybody and then just hope that some people come and buy the product. So targeting advertising is more successful because they have information about you, they know that you're interested in their products, and then they target their information using cookies, using information about you, rather than just advertising to the global network or to the whole country. Supermarkets also use reward cards, so they scan at the checkout to gather information on your preferences. These cards alert customers, so you might get an SMS when a certain product is on sale. So if you've got your reward card, you scan it, and then when, you might like to buy corn chips. When corn chips are on special, you will get an alert or an SMS telling you that they're on special, and therefore you're more likely to buy them at that price. So rewards cards is another way that they're using technology to try and maximize their revenue. Traditional businesses have also had to react to the sharing economy. So you've seen a lot with the taxi industry, where they've been complaining a lot to impose the same licensing requirements on Uber and regulations, because often these traditional companies can't compete anymore because they're having to pay all these regulations and licensing fees and taxes, while other companies are basically free to operate without these sort of regulations that help to lower their production costs. So businesses have responded to the sharing economy by asking them to impose these requirements and regulations and taxes on these certain industries. So, for example, the taxi industry is requiring Uber drivers to have special licenses. So, technology for marketing, targeted advertising through cookies and finding information about customers, rewards cards to find out what you like and what you're likely to purchase, and so on and so forth. Thank you.